It's us again tonight, Bernadett. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao Luigino. Thank you.
No, thank you to be here with us and to share this good moment together with, I think for sure, an amazing interview with you, because you are a very special person.
Thank you.
Talented person, full of positive energy, big heart. What I can continue.
Thank you so much. But I think it's too much. It's not true, you know. Don't tell me all these good things.
Okay, let's prove this. Can you introduce a little bit yourself for the friends that follow us this video, and maybe also the video in the future that don't know you? Who is this amazing lady?
Thank you so much, Luigino. So I am a violinist. I play the violin since I was 6 years old. And I have traveled the world very, very much. I think I have concerts more than in 90 countries around the world, and more than in 150 cities. So I always say that my violin is my passport, you know. Wow. So basically, that's the most important, which everybody needs to know about me.
Yeah, let's go more deep a little bit. No, when you was a child, your dreams was to become a violinist, or you had also other dreams?
So I come from a musician family. Everybody is musician. So when I was 6 years old, they asked me the question that which instrument you want to play. There was no option not to play, and you know. So I chose the violin. And but of course, when I realized that you have to practice to be able to play the violin, well, let's say that I never wanted to practice, and I never wanted to become a violinist anymore. So I practiced twice a week, 10 minutes, because twice a week I had violin lessons. So I practiced only 10 minutes before the lesson. So my mother wanted me to be a violinist so much, you know, so I had to continue. But I was very testadura already this time. I don't know, how do you say testadura in you know, it's an Italian word, right? So I really didn't practice. And then I only did it as a hobby, you know. And then I became 13 years old. I used to go, my elementary school was a music school, and they had a choir, and the choir went to a concert tour to Italy. And the director of the choir asked me to go with them and play some song on the violin. And of course I did. I was 13 years old at that time already. And that was a 2 weeks concert tour, if I remember well. And this was the last concert of the tour, the biggest concert of the tour. 100 Italian people in the audience. So I finished the song, and all Italian people stood up and they started to scream. I don't have to explain to you how Italian people are, I think.
I know.
They started to scream that brava, brava, bravissima. So I was on stage, I was looking at the people, I was thinking, I said, okay, I think I will be a violinist. So I went home and I said to my mother and to my teacher that after 8 years of as a hobby violinist, I changed my mind and I want to become a violinist. They both told me that I am crazy. This is impossible because I used to practice nothing, basically. And if you want to become a professional musician when you are 14 years old, you have to do audition to the music conservatory. So I was 13 already, so I had only 8 months until the audition. But I said, no, I can do it, I want to do it. And I started to practice every day for 5 hours. And I think the audition went well because I am a violinist today, you know? So that's how it started. Thanks to Italian people, thanks to you.
Yes, but means that this event is the moment when you enter in this relation with the Italian people, the Italian language, with the heart of these 3 colors, the same color for Hungarian colors, you know. This.
Yes. You know, if this event doesn't happen, and I'm honestly believing this, if this event doesn't happen, maybe I never become a violinist because I love my country. I love Hungary, don't get me wrong. This is my home. But here, especially when I was a kid, I never received any impulse, any musically, you know, something like, oh my God, I have to be a musician. I just did not feel that. But in Italy, Italian people were screaming. I was a child. I was a little child on stage, you know, playing a classical piece, you know, and 300-400 Italian people screaming. I mean, powerful, you know. So that's how.
Yes. During your, let's say, career, this and your evolution, no, that you learn a lot of things, and of course you had for sure also other also challenge in your life. Do you met somebody, for example, somebody that make the difference in your life, that they guide you in some direction, or somebody that you remember that was very important for your story?
I must tell you that there are many people like this. Almost every day happens.
Wow.
Almost. Let me just say hi. I see my great friend there, and he just said, love you, Bernadett. You know, I love you too. And, you know, I met him probably, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago during a concert, you know, so it was, and still I think he remembers me. So that's very good. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I think this happens every day. And that's why I feel that I am super lucky, you know. But I think you have to always walk around with open eyes to see that people makes difference in your life. Because if you are not there, maybe you don't see it. But let me tell you a little example for your questions, because you asked me if I met anybody who really guided me. I think there is a very special story, because there is one person who I never met, but I think he changed my life, or he guided my life the most. So he's my grandfather, who used to be a very, very famous and great violinist and composer in Hungary. Yes. Unfortunately, he passed away in 1974. And I was born after many, 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 many years. So of course I was not able to meet him, but he was incredible. He was a genius. So because of the political situation that time in Hungary, unfortunately, he couldn't do much. Let's put it this way. He had contracts for Japan, to America, to the United States, everywhere, to Switzerland, many places. But he was not communist. And when he had to go to the office to pick up his passport, well, he didn't tell to the guy in Hungarian what he's supposed to say. He looked up and he said he knows only one God, and that's up. So they took his passport immediately. They canceled all his contract. They deleted all his music from the Hungarian radio, all. So we have nothing about him. So his dream was to go to the United States and play his songs, because he wrote so many beautiful songs. So when I decided to be a violinist, like officially after my Italian tour, I decided immediately that I want to continue his life. I want to continue his legacy. I want everything that he was not able to do, I want to do it. To play his songs, to make famous his name, never my name, his name, and to make famous his songs. And of course, to go to the United States. And well, now since last year, I made already the first step. I moved to the United States, I moved to Miami, and already I feel super lucky then that I was able to do that. And now the next steps are going to be, you know, to try to make famous around the world his songs.
It's good. Amazing story. Really, he lives through you. Yeah, it means that it's let's say the soul behind you that he guide you in this journey in life. It's an amazing story.
Thank you. I have goosebumps now when you told me that, and I believe in that. And this is, you know, when I have big concerts on big stages, I always play at least one of his songs. and always I put on the screen, you know, behind me his picture. And I talk to the people about him, and my mother, of course, you know, she's super happy, you know, so that's very important to me.
About the challenge of life, do you remember the more challenging situation? Some that was in your mind that was a situation really very complicated, but at the end you were strong and you were successful. Do you remember one moment very?
Yes and no. And the reason is because many times in my life there are many difficulties. Also because I do million things at the same time usually, and I travel. I mean, before COVID I used to travel really so much and work here and there and have 2-3 concerts per day sometimes. So of course I have difficulties many, but for some reasons my personality is how can I explain to you? Let's say if I receive an answer as a no from someone, I never take it as a no. I never feel bad, because for some reason my opinion is that okay, so that's just not the way how to do it. Let's say we would say in Hungary, I don't know if you have in Italy this saying that if I cannot go through the door, I just go through the window. You know, that's how I do. And maybe this is the reason why I never really get sad when something doesn't happen the way I want it to be happen, because I just know that it's okay. Just the life, the destiny just showed me that that's not the way. It's fine. Probably there is million other way to do it, you know. We will try the next one. So I never really get sad, you know, or disappointed. Of course, you are not happy if something doesn't happen the way you want. Of course, we are human beings, but I always try to think this way, you know.
But you don't remember one story, something that very curious, that maybe that nobody knows, that you was really, you know, afraid or something like this, and but at the end, wow. Because I think the stage is not easy, no, for everybody. I think that maybe now for you is more, let's say, normal, natural, but to be in front of a lot of people, you know, is that the normal instinct is to escape, something like, no, something like this. No, and yes, do you sometimes felt something that you was a little bit in worrying situation?
Well, also because I had so many concerts in my life, I think every possible thing went wrong already. It happened, you know. And actually now that you are asking me, I remember maybe one which was I mean, very funny this time already, because it was a long time ago. It was a big concert, and probably, I don't know, 2,000 people, I would say 1,500, I don't know, maybe a few years ago. And already when I arrived to the concert somewhere in Europe, already I lost my luggage. So it started like this, of course. So I had to buy a new dress, you know, my violin microphone was in the luggage, so I didn't have my microphone. And then finally I have a new dress, technician, they got me a new microphone. Of course, everything is fine. And then first of all, I had a live band playing, you know, with me, like 7-piece orchestra. So they started to play the first song, and I come out from backstage, probably, I don't know, 10 seconds, let's say, but they are playing already, you know, the drummer. So when I was walking out, of course, always with passion and with moving, you know, my violin microphone, the cable gets stuck in some, you know, in backstage. So I mean, half of the people, they could see this movement that I am walking out, and then, you know, I have this something pulled me back. Okay, that was number one. I said to the band, keep playing, keep playing. We put back the microphone. I went out. I played, okay, middle of the song, probably I started to play, okay, no problem. After 20 minutes, there was a problem with the sound. Something Or maybe I broke the cable in the beginning of the concert, I don't know. But there was a problem. So there was no violin sound, basically. They cut, you know. So the technicians, they needed few minutes to fix it, you know. It was yeah, around half of the concert. So I started to talk to the guest, of course, you know, in the speaking microphone, say some stories. But already maybe 10, 15 minutes passed and they still didn't fix the microphone. You know how long is 10 minutes on stage when you don't play the violin?
Oh my God.
And you know, and English is not my first language also. So, oh my God, I was telling them stories. I felt I was like a stand-up comedy, you know?
Cool.
Comedian, incredible. So then I was asking the technicians, guys, please, I mean, they are paying me here to play the violin, you know, I cannot wait anymore. So I just got so bored, you know, and angry. I started to play in the speaking mic, you know, until they were fixing the sound. But of course, then I was not able to move. Incredible, terrible, incredible, everything you want. So anyway, I finished the concert. People were screaming. It was one of the most successful concerts in my
Cool.
team, you know, at the end of the concert when they come and, you know, buy the CDs or talking to me or just say congratulations, they were telling me that, oh my God, like if you were able to do that and you know, still talk and finish the concert, some people would stop and, you know, just they must say, I cannot do it. So they were like very, very proud, I think, also the people. So it was nice at the end, you know.
Cool. I can see that in some way you developed a strong character, you know. From who come this character? For your mother, for your father, from?
I think both of them, but very differently, because my mother is, she's not, okay, she's a pharmacist. She works in the pharmacy. She studied all her life. She knows, you know, so many things, university, you know, she's a very smart lady, but she is not a very socialized person. Let's say that she cannot talk to anybody or everybody. I mean, she couldn't go on stage and talk to 1,000 people. That would be impossible. My father is musician and he used to travel the world. And he talks to everybody. He talked to the homeless, and then 2 seconds later he talked to the prime minister, you know, exactly the same way, you know. So probably I think I really believe that I got many things from both of them. And but yes, probably from my father I got this character. But I must tell you that it's also about the experience. Because as I just told you, when I have this kind of experiences on stage, many times, multiplied times, then nothing can really surprise you. And then you think, one time I played, you know, the song, and I was so passionate in the first song, that the last note, I did like a pizzicato, you know, and I threw away my bow to do just because of the passion. And then I started to laugh, you know, so people laughed as well. So, you know, many things happen and then nothing really surprises you anymore, you know.
Yes, you have a good, let's say, attitude to see our life experience or this life is a good experience, is a good game, no? Like this account, win the game of life, it means that yes, we need to play our life, no?
Yes. And I always think, you know, like, what could possibly go wrong? You know, also like on stage, okay, there is 1,500 people. Okay, let's say you make a mistake in a song, for example. And then what?
Exactly. Because you are stuck in the thinking about the judgment of the other to you. If you are worried about this, always you become slave of the others, no? Mentally, no? Means that everything what happened to you is a message for you. You need to enjoy life and you need to learn from every situation. And always that I can see you to have always a good smile in the face.
Thank you. Thank you. I try, but I think it comes naturally, you know. I can have an angry face also, believe me, you know, when I don't like something.
Yeah, because maybe also are you perfectionist? You like everything need to be perfect, or you are more, let's say, dynamic?
I think it's more like dynamic. I like things to be perfect, of course, but as I told you, I practiced twice a week, 10 minutes when I was a kid. I mean, do you perfectionist, honestly?
But in that time, which other passion, stole your time? Instead
I played games. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be in the media, like a reporter or something, journal, everything. I liked everything.
You like to discover life. You like to discover, try everything.
Yeah. And I also I liked people already that time. Talk to everybody. And I liked music, of course, but practice, no way. That's not for me.
Yes. About your future, no? Do you have dreams that you want to realize, or do you, what maybe some that every day ignite the fire in you, that you have this kind of vision for the future, your future?
Yes, definitely. I would mention three things, just, number one is just what I mentioned already before, to make my grandfather's songs famous around the world. At least few of them, because unfortunately I don't have many of them. I don't know many of them because they canceled all his songs, but I know few of them. And all of those I know I would like to make really famous around the world, of course, in nowadays arrangements. So actually right now my producer is working on all these songs, to make them in completely 2021 music styles, new arrangements. So that's number one, definitely. Number two is now I am making a new album this month, actually, which is going to be ready probably the end of the summer. And I am also making new music videos. But for next year, I would like to make a very different new album again, which is going to be my own songs only. Because until now, all the songs, I play thousands of songs, but all the songs I usually play, they are cover songs. And next year will be the time when I would like to release one album, which is going to be my own songs only. And I am super excited for that.
Wow.
And number three, I moved to the US last year, but my plan is to spend half of the year in the United States and half of the year in Budapest, in Europe, in Hungary. So I would love to be part of this American-Hungarian connection. I would like to take big part of that because also in the United States, we have a huge Hungarian community who loves music and who are proud to be Hungarian. And I kind of feel that I can be like a, well, I don't want to say like a musical postman, but, a kind of like a messenger through music, who I would love to show to the American people and to the Hungarian community in the United States my music from Hungary. And I would love to show to the Hungarian community some parts from the United States. Also with the music, also with music videos, So in long period, this is definitely my long term plan, And actually, let me mention it here, that the end of the year, the end of September, there will be a huge Hungarian event in Florida, the Summit, which is going to, they are going to make that first time in history, but it's a 3 days event, huge event. And this is also because of the Hungarian-American connection. And I will have a concert also on that 3 days event, and many Hungarians are coming there. So that's very important to me, because I'm Hungarian at the end of the day. I'm proud to be.
Florida?
Yes, in Florida, in Daytona Beach. It's the Hungarian Summit. People can check it already. And some Hungarian musicians are coming also. And it's going to be incredible. Really, really nice 3 days event.
Do you know how big is the community, Hungarian community in...
I couldn't tell you a number, but it's huge. Also in Florida, it's pretty big. You know, I live in Miami, and we have a very nice Hungarian house in Miami. It's like a Hungarian center, let's say, with a little church. Little, it's not that little actually. It's a very, very nice church, and the Hungarian community, like a nice house. Actually, the name is Kossuth Terem. You know, Kossuth was a big Hungarian guy, and it's beautiful. It's really nice. I played there a few times, but also they have a Hungarian community in Daytona Beach, which is 3 hours from us, and also in Washington and in California, in all of the states, basically. New York as well. It's big. It's pretty big. Yes.
That means that soon I think that I can see you like a ambassador, you know.
I agree. I like the idea.
Yes, starting from music, because I think the music connect, you know, all the people, no? Like humans like music, you know, music can sell any kind of border and unite the person. Means that
it's the most beautiful international language.
exactly, means that you are the ideal ambassador, the perfect ambassador to share the Boldoshag to America.
Thank you, grazie. I like that.
Okay. And let me ask you last question, but it's not a question, because it's something like tricky, something strange, that instead that I make the question to you, is you that you make the question to all the people that follow this video now and in the future. Means it's a question that each of us need to answer, you know, inside us, to let's yeah, for you, the reason that you know is depending of the question that you made, but it's something that for all us, the one question for you. You now, you are the journalist who will make the interview to all of us. Which question is your question to us?
Well, it's a very difficult question, to be honest.
I know, but really, I think that with this exercise, you know, we are able in this way to go very deep inside us. I think that.
You know, I think especially the last few months, actually more than a year, made all of us realize many things. This year was very difficult for me, and not only musically, because I was not able to work like in all my life, but also in person, you know, in my personality. You know, I was far away from my family. I was not able to come back to Hungary. I was in the United States for 14 months, very far from my family. I lost many of my friends, actually. They passed away. Also some people from the family, and I was not even able to come home, you know, to see them before, or, you know, to go to the funeral. And I am always positive, as I mentioned it before, always, and it comes naturally. But this year made me realize many things. And for example, number one is that I am super lucky to be here, even this moment with you. Super lucky. And what is the reason that I am here? Why am I here, actually? How long I will be here? And we don't know. And that's why I want to enjoy as much as I can, and I want to help as much as I can to everybody I can. And I think my the reason of my life, definitely it was the music. I think I couldn't live without the music. And now, because of COVID, I realized that even much more, that I definitely cannot live without my violin. So maybe this would be my question, yes, that first of all, do you realize how lucky you are that you are here, anywhere you are. Do you realize how lucky you are? That's number one. And then number two, what is the really reason of that you are here, basically?
Super. Come on. It's really is a very deep question, and sometimes yes, really me too. Also, I feel that it's very important to achieve our reason why we are here. No, we need to understand, and when we meet the real us inside us, and the reason why we are here for our mission, we need to do everything, and we need to do everything to put all our effort, all our energy to realize. Means that very good question. Thank you so much, also because really also remember me that it's very true. We are very lucky. We are very lucky. We need to be grateful for every moment that we are here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And now last 30 seconds parliamo italiano.
Parliamo italiano, ma certo.
E ci salutiamo con un abbraccio e con tanta felicità.
Un abbraccio, ti voglio bene.
Anch'io tanto. Ciao, a presto. Ciao.
Ciao, a presto, ciao a tutti, ciao.